The 81st Ordinary Session of the African Commission on Human and People's Rights is in full swing in the Gambia, where human rights defenders are rallying to address and find solutions for the pressing human rights challenges facing the African continent. Maria Madam has more.
The 81st Ordinary Session, themed Human Rights as a Collective Responsibility, commenced on October 17, 2024 and will continue through November 6th. Representatives from governments, international organizations and civil society have gathered at the Sadauda Karabakh Conference Center in Bijulo to assess the state of human rights across Africa and develop urgent responses to ongoing challenges. Dr. Joseph Vital, chairperson of NANRE, stressed the critical need to integrate human rights into economic policies, aligning with the African Union Agenda 2063. He emphasized that NANRE's focus on business and human rights is essential for achieving inclusive, equitable, and sustainable growth.
The integration of human rights into broader development agendas, such as the African Union's Agenda 2063, remains a central priority for the network of African national human rights institutions. We believe that the African Commission's work significantly contributes to the long-term vision of a prosperous, peaceful, and people-centered Africa. By ensuring that human rights are at the core of all development processes, we lay the foundation for inclusive and sustainable growth that respects the dignity of all Africans. Another critical area for collaboration is the promotion of business and human rights.
The EU Special Representatives for Human Rights, His Excellency Olof Skoog, reflected on the Gambia's 2017 political crisis when the democratically elected president faced obstacles to assuming office. Skoog emphasized that these experiences highlighted the importance of international unity in defending democracy and human rights, which should guide both national policies and global partnership. He underscores the necessity of European-African collaboration in upholding human rights, particularly during current economic, health, climate, and conflict-related challenges.
Upholding of human rights starts with inclusion, without exceptions and without discrimination. For that exact reason, the convening of your ordinary session is of utmost importance, as it brings together representatives of governments, civil society, national human rights institutions, and experts. Today, we find ourselves, unfortunately, in a very difficult time when it comes to human rights. Crises are piling up, economic, health, climate, conflict-related. And we need a collective effort to mitigate and resolve them. And almost every crisis has underlying roots in the denial of human rights. We share the concern just raised from this podium this morning on the situation in Sudan. We deplore the loss of lives and the violations of international law, including international human rights law and international humanitarian law, wherever it occurs.
Honorable Jean-Marie Nibiran-Tije, chairperson of the Pan-African Parliament, addressed the pressing human rights challenges facing Africa, including ongoing conflicts and discrimination. He committed to strengthening partnership to address these issues and elevate human rights on the continental agenda. Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Honorable Dauda Ejalo, pointed to global conflicts in Africa, the Middle East, and Ukraine as causes of mass displacement and human suffering. He emphasized human rights' crucial role in Africa's socio-economic development and democratic progress, citing Agenda 2063 as the blueprint for governance and rule of law.
Continues to witness a decline in human rights observance. Conflicts across Middle East, Ukraine, Myanmar, and Africa have led to mass displacement and sufferings, challenging us to reaffirm the importance of human rights. For Africa, human rights are essential to socio-economic development, cultural identity, and the foundation for sustainable progress. Agenda 2063 embodies this vision, aspiring to a continent built on good governance, democracy, and rule of law. Our journey towards this vision requires addressing key challenges. In the recent past, we emphasized the African Continent Free Trade Agreement as an opportunity for economic growth and integration. However, structural reforms, improved governance, infrastructure development are crucial to harness this potential.
The African Commission on Human and People's Rights Chairperson, Commissioner Remingoy Lombe, called for enhanced collaboration to address Africa's human rights challenges, particularly those stemming from climate change and political instability. He detailed ongoing efforts to address critical situations in Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and other regions.
In Sudan and DRC. In Sudan, we have already prepared. The resolution has been adopted. A commission is organized already, commission of inquiry. It will be led by Honorable Commissioner ACHPR. Now we are waiting for them to go on ground. They will address very soon a letter to request the authorization to go on ground so that they can make inquiry in Sudan and in neighboring countries. So very soon after the session, they will go on ground because we have all means now. We have the resolutions, the commission has been established, and it seems that even money they are looking for, but they will get so that they can go on ground. We are looking for money, we will get so that we can go on ground. That is the situation in Sudan. We are aware of that, and we are not neglecting that situation, okay? We are taking care of.
The two-week session addresses crucial issues, including education access, protection of migrants and vulnerable populations, prevention of sexual violence against women and children, and promotion of democratic principles in educational institutions. This gathering comes at a critical juncture as the continent grapples with numerous human rights violations, from government suppressions of protests to restrictions on free expression and reports of extrajudicial killings. This session will culminate in comprehensive documentation of current trends, strategic recommendations, and formal resolutions aimed at strengthening human rights protections across Africa. Maria Madem, reporting for StarTV News.